What's going on, guys? Derek and I back at it. We are Whiskeynosesmoke, and we cleanse our palates with
Bush Light.
what we got going on today, Derek.
Tonight we are actually going to be diving into the Wild Turkey Rare Breed Barrel Proof Rye. Jesus Christ,
That is a mouthful.
It's a mouthful.
I've not had this one.
You
sneaky little gun.
I snuck a finger a couple weeks back.
So I'm going into this one blind. Let's see. Classification, obviously, rye whiskey.
Yes, sir.
So it's Wild Turkey, but it's owned by somebody. Who owns that?
Campari Group also owns Russell Reserve.
That is fantastic.
Yes, it is.
God.
I got a nice bottle over there, waiting to open it up, waiting for you to open it up. But they also have the Canadian whiskey, 40 Creek, and then they own Sky Vodka, just to name a couple of the brands that they
own a gin, or not a gin, dear Lord. It's been a long day, folks. I'm sorry. We usually shoot about 3 in the afternoon. It's pretty late. Yeah, it's midnight. A rum that we make a mojito at Capital Cigar Lounge. Yeah. It's a very nice rum. I'm not much of a rum guy, but I do indulge in that mojito once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Gotta change it up.
But the distillery is it's Wild Turkey is the distiller, and then it's still ongoing, and it's very easy to find.
Except for Nebraska, because we don't have the population to get all the good stuff.
Yeah.
So what that means is you guys need to buy more whiskey.
Buy more whiskey.
Yeah, buy more.
So proof, you got 112.2% proof is their barrel proof, which is actually significant lower than a lot of other companies' barrel proof.
Yeah. Well, not significantly.
But it is
Penelope's
lower.
only 115.
But it's lower than everything else in the class. So
yeah. But it's still barrel proof. I mean, they don't proof it down, so that's always good. I feel like barrel proofs, you always get way more flavor out of things. Now there are proof down stuff that I like the regular Penelope.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind Wild Turkey 101. Usually after I have a couple drams, some of my better stuff, I'm like, well, I don't want to drink all my expensive stuff in one night, so I usually...
Just a nice nightcap kind of thing. Nice nightcap.
Usually switch to if I'm drinking more than a couple, I usually switch to I won't say cheaper, because it's definitely not cheap. I still think Wild Turkey 101 has its place.
Yes, absolutely does.
But it is inexpensive.
Inexpensive.
Yeah. The mash bill on this, rye, so 51% rye, 37% corn, 12% malted barley. What'd you pay for this bottle?
I got it for $58.99.
Yeah.
That's what Mark at Cornhusker Bottle Shop sold.
Yep. Shout out to Cornhusker Bottle Shop. Mm-hmm. He had a few hidden behind the counter when he got in. Distributor made a mistake. I don't know how many he got, but he was gracious enough to
hook us up,
offer us a bottle
right out of the gate.
And so, like I said, Cornhusker Bottle Shop, Kent's Kegs, our 2 favorite local liquor stores.
Yes, support local.
Support local. We definitely need to get out to a few more that we haven't been to in Lincoln, like Myers Cork and Bottle. I haven't been there.
Moran's, I think we need to go out there a little bit more.
Yeah, we definitely need to go to Moran's. Moran's is awesome. They also have a very good beer selection.
They do.
I love how they, it's all build your own 6-pack.
6-packs,
It's awesome. I love that. We like beer, obviously. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
I definitely dive into a lot more beer than Derek does. I make him try all my shit.
Just a sip. Just a sip.
Occasionally, he'll ask for one.
Yeah.
I remember when we ran out of Busch Light at my house one night, and we killed off all my peanut butter porter from Empyrean.
That too. That lemon meringue pie.
Zipline. The only IPA that I like, Zipline, based out of here, Lincoln, Nebraska. Speaking of support local.
Yeah.
Holy crap. They have I don't know if it's a limited release or what, but I haven't seen it since I bought it. It's a lemon meringue IPA.
Delicious.
And I'm not an IPA fan. I don't like the malty bitterness, or sorry, not malty, hoppy bitterness. It's not my favorite.
Hoppy, yeah.
But this one, it literally tastes like a lemon meringue pie.
Yeah.
It's so good. What else?
Let's get into the color. Obviously, it's very, very coppery.
Which leads me to believe it's probably only aged between 4 and 6 years. That's my guess.
I would probably guess no longer than 6. And there's no age statement on the bottle. Anywhere you look, it's just master distiller, rye, non-chill filtered, crafted with conviction, nothing. But
I don't know why they don't put out their age statement. Maybe it's different. Who knows? But you don't always have to have an extremely long-aged bourbon. We've proven that with Penelope because their barrel proof's been 2 years, 48 months.
Years. Well, not only that,
36 to 48 months.
Their barrel strength that we really liked. Their barrel strength that we really liked was only like 43 months.
So, Wild Turkey, they got a lot of products out there, They got the American Honey, which somebody actually requested us to do a review.
Sean.
We will do that review. It won't be this video. Both Derek and I have been pretty busy with other things in our lives. I have a kid. I started the job, as we spoke about Capital Cigar Lounge, and just got your boy Derek on there. So come visit us. We'll hook you up with some sticks and some drinks, pair them for you, and it's just
It's an awesome atmosphere. It's awesome.
It's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best cigar lounge in Lincoln. I haven't been to any cigar lounges in Omaha, but I'd put this one up against anyone. It's clean. The air filtration system is amazing. My wife does not smoke cigars at all, ever. She doesn't mind going there because they spent the money, Austin and Tony, at Capital Cigar Lounge. They spent a lot of money on the air filtration system, and unless the place is packed, it's not overly smoky.
No, well, they got all those wall filters as well.
Yeah. And this is their first ever barrel proof rye, correct?
Yes, Wild Turkeys.
Wild
and then
Turkeys.
it was followed suit by Russell's Reserve. For the non-chill.
For the Campari company.
Yes, for the Campari company.
Yep, non-chill filtered. Derek and I have only, I think as far as Wild Turkey's concerned, I've only had the 101. I've never tried any of the others.
No, this is the only one that I've tried. I've also tried the 101.
Yep.
Stuff like that. But you ready to get into
101's
it?
definitely good soaking ribs in.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm going into this completely blind. We like to do that from time to time. Derek didn't remember the Highland Park 12 that we did last couple videos. So it'll be interesting to see if I pull out of it what they say you're supposed to. Little Kinsey glasses. Little spill. Don't worry, we don't spill any drops at the bar. Sorry, the cigar lounge. Oh, I'm getting that right off the first hint.
Apple.
I wouldn't say apple.
Caramel.
The first wave, I definitely can tell it's a rye. There's definitely some spice.
Yep.
I definitely get that spice.
Pepper.
A little bit of pepper, maybe allspice, almost. But now I'm definitely getting into the caramel and the apple notes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what this almost smells like? This is really close. Other than if it wasn't as spicy, it smells really close to Sazerac rye.
Okay, yeah, maybe a higher proof.
Yeah, I would have an extremely hard time differentiating these on the nose from this one, Wild Turkey rye, the rare breed rye, and Sazerac rye, which Sazerac rye is delightful. It's not spicy though, like a typical rye.
Think of lemon and smell.
Lemon and smell? I shouldn't have smoked a cigar before this. I'm kind of getting a little bit of the cigar off my
Over
fingers.
inundated.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting a
Kind
little
of
bit of
reminds me.
lemon.
What's that lemon seasoning you always put on stuff?
Oh,
Lemon pepper.
Yeah, my lemon pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Love that on my chicken. Chicken and any breading. Anytime I fry anything, lemon pepper.
Your fish, yeah.
Fish, pork chops, chicken. Definitely almost like a spicy lemon tea.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Like a spicy lemon tea.
But like a tea, like a sun tea.
Yeah, no, for sure. But you definitely, the predominant thing I'm getting on the nose is a nice light spice. Nice light spice.
Let me know when you're ready, brother.
Oh man, I'm just diving in now. I'm finding caramel notes.
I know. There's so many notes in that.
I'm finding some
It's a
caramel
very
notes.
complex nose.
Yeah, it sure is. It's the weirdest thing when I switched to just one nostril, just shoved her off to the side, the spice completely went away, and I can just smell caramel notes, a little bit of candy, green apple. Yeah, no,
You pick up a little bit of the oak as well.
it's awesome. Let's dive into this. I'm tired of smelling it.
Cloves hit me right out of the gate.
That is, again, I would say we haven't done a video on Sazerac rye. Will come. Most ryes are a little bit drier.
I think it's pretty complex compared to a Sazerac rye, though.
Yeah. But, you know, when you drink the Sazerac rye compared to like a Whistle Pig or something, which I've had
The
multiple
10,
Whistle
piggyback,
Pigs, and
Boss
I've had the
Hog.
Sazerac, and then like a Rittenhouse and a Bone Snapper rye. This one's oily like a Sazerac. It's not dry. It's not dry.
On the very end of the palate, right before the finish, you can get a little bit dry, but it's on the roof of your mouth.
Because it's rye and that's the spice you get from rye. So like I definitely know this one's a rye. Like I almost don't get any rye notes out of Sazerac.
No, it's pretty sweet. As
it's
far
a
as that, you get a real light.
Little caramel green apple sucker
So
off that.
would you contribute that to the proof as far as the Sazerac rye is about 80? It's 80
Maybe,
proof.
maybe.
So you're getting a little bit more of a pack of your punch.
Oh yeah, definitely cloves. Definitely the allspice went away. It's definitely way more black pepper, and I mean, it doesn't drink like 112 proof.
It doesn't. It's really. Wouldn't you say smooth?
Yeah,
it's not smooth, but it's very
divulge into that all the
complex.
time.
But it's very complex.
Yeah, no, bravo, Wild Turkey. I mean, this kicks 101 in the nuts. I'm just saying. But we'll all be honest. Everybody says 101's a great bourbon. I wouldn't say a great bourbon. It's a very inexpensive bourbon.
It's very drinkable.
Approachable.
That's very drinkable.
But, you know, I'm not going to invite guests over and be like, yeah. Well, if I invite guests over and somebody shows up, the one person that never brings anything to drink to your house, they're getting the 101.
So you're putting them in timeout.
Or they're getting the Henry McKenna bottle and bond. You want some good, expensive bourbon? You can have this $20 bottle or you can have this $50 bottle. Fuck, take that $50 bottle home. It sucks. It doesn't drink like a rye. It finishes like a rye, but the front and the middle, it's so oily. It's oily.
It doesn't. It does when you take a drink. It doesn't leave your mouth feeling dry, and what I would say when you take your
Whistle
sip,
Pig 10 absolutely does.
yes.
Absolutely.
What I would say, the only thing that it leaves you is wanting more.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm a big fan of Whistle Pig 10, and from what I got now, like this, I'd rather drink this.
It's really good.
I'd rather drink this, especially
really
when
good.
MSRP is $20 less.
Yes.
And it's made in America.
It's
Hashtag Independence
I
Day.
think the average for Whistle Pig 10 is about $100.
80, 79. Usually find it for about 80. I think 70 is the cheapest we've ever seen it.
That's what I got it for you for your wedding.
Yeah. He got me my bottle of Whistle Pig 10 for a wedding
It
gift.
was on sale. Kicking myself in the ass for not getting more.
Yeah. But I always share it.
Mm-hmm.
What else? There's something else in here. And I'd peg this at 4 to 6 years.
I would say,
It's got to be at least 4-year age.
yeah, I would say at least 4 years.
You're
just
talking
because
you're
of
talking barrel proof that's drinking this smooth. It's got to be at least 4 years.
just the amount of the slight amount of oakiness that you're actually getting on the taste leads me to believe that it might be like 4 to 5 years. Definitely creeping into that 6-year mark.
Yeah.
Because you're actually starting to. The more you sip on it, the more you pick up on that oaky taste.
Yeah,
because it's very complex. So your brain's going 18 different directions as far as the different spices that are going into it. The sweetness, the cinnamon that you're getting there on the palate, like cinnamon roll taste on the palate and stuff like that. You're getting a lot in there, but. On the nose, you go back, it's lemon, you get grass. And it's just so complex. You can't really focus it in to any of those primary. Normally, you can pick up like 4 to 6 actual nosings, tastings, and off the palate and then off the finish. But every time you revisit it, you're getting so much more.
Yeah,
you're getting so many different other things on top of that.
I would say this is the most complex whiskey we've reviewed so far.
Yes, and probably the most complex rye I've ever had.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. I will be trying the Thomas H. Handy Sazerac that we have at the Cigar Lounge.
Try that too.
I will tell you, the other night I had the Whistle Pig Boss Hog. This is more complex than that, but
The other one
everyone, if you ever see the Whistle Pig Boss Hog, which we have at Capital Cigar Lounge, it is worth paying the price at least once. I mean, Ethan and I at the bar shared it. He bought a dram and he asked me if I wanted to sip, and I said, yeah, I suppose I'll try it. And then you know what my response immediately was? I hate you. Because now one of my favorite whiskeys is a goddamn $500 bottle.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I'll never buy one.
What was the pour?
We only did a dram. We did a 3/4 ounce pour. A 3/4 ounce pour.
All right. So in conclusion, the price for it being about $60 after taxes here in Nebraska. Would you say that it's worth the taste at $60?
Easy.
Easy.
I mean, like I said, I actually thoroughly enjoy this. We haven't added water to it yet, but we'll get to that.
I don't even know if I want to.
I'm gonna do it. I always do it. I have to do it. I do it every video. I do it to every new whiskey I try. You don't have to do it. I'll do it to mine.
No, but do you remember when I texted you right after I snuck a taste, and I was like, "This is bonkers."
And
what do you want,
3? Give me 2. That's good. And I feel like an absolute moron for not buying a bottle. Because I had an opportunity to buy a bottle.
We'll find you one.
I mean, we got time. We got enough things that we can make this one last. Oh, that spice definitely jumps out on the nose.
Tastes ruined.
Did it ruin it?
For me, it's really heavy on the lemon, like grassy kind of taste.
Lemon grassy. But on the nose, it definitely opened it up for the more typical rye
taste. Yeah.
Rye smell. Yeah. It made it drier.
It tastes like you're drinking like a church communion wine.
That oily feel, I don't know about church communion. I think I'd burst into flames if I walked into a church. Who's the new guy? But I I can't get over how much 2 drops of water made it dry.
Yeah, no. To me, that the water was the point of diminishing return. Like
Yeah,
we talked about it
absolutely
multiple times.
don't. Derek and I never put whiskey on the rocks anymore. I'm very much a neat whiskey drinker. There's a couple. There's one that just exploded with flavor with a little bit of water. But you got to try it because you never know. And some of you more typical rye drinkers might actually like this a little bit better because it is drinking more like a typical rye.
Yeah, but it became boring.
Yeah, it's definitely not as complex.
It became boring.
You got the rye spice.
You're getting a lot more of that mentholy burn on the finish. Mm-hmm. So it just became like you get spice, and then it's just kind of like a mentholy burn.
I don't think it became boring. It definitely became less complex. I don't hate it.
The exact definition of boring.
Well, no, not the exact definition of boring. It's less complex. I still think it's good.
I would say it's good.
It's still good this way. Like, I'll absolutely finish it. Like, there is only one whiskey we have that I won't finish. I will not revisit that bottle.
Yeah,
I will never revisit that bottle.
Yeah, it just became boring.
But here's the crazy thing. I told Derek, this was behind the scenes, I went to a family member who is also another huge bourbon collector and whiskey collector of all sorts. He had a bottle of Henry McKenna that was actually from the barrel that won the best bourbon.
SF.
And it was
SF barrel of the world.
So good.
2019 barrel number.
It was so good.
8,000.
I hate to admit it. You're welcome, Henry McKenna. Yeah, it was so good, but have some quality control. Dear God. I'll never buy a bottle of Henry McKenna for myself, though. I'll never, ever, ever do that.
All right. Would you drink this neat?
Well, I think we just answered that.
No.
Okay.
Or would you prefer it in a cocktail? Would you like to experiment it within a cocktail? Or would you just say it's good the way it is?
I would 100% make an old-fashioned with this.
Yeah.
Because one, old-fashioned.
Super sweet.
A rye is, no, you're thinking super sweet because you tried the Capital old-fashioned. And
simple syrup.
Yeah, we got simple syrup. It's definitely got, you're adding sugars and bitters and stuff. But at Capital, we make it with a bourbon, and I'm a firm believer that an old-fashioned is supposed to be with rye.
Yes, I agree.
That's the way I like it. Our old-fashioned's great at Capital. It's our number one selling cocktail.
But do you think that the sweetness from the syrup that Ethan makes would offset the spiciness?
I wouldn't put that syrup in here. I'd do sugar cube, regular simple syrup. An orange bitter and an Angostura aromatic bitter.
Okay.
That's all I would do. Mix it, put an orange peel on it, and call it a day. And I'll promise you, we are going to do an old-fashioned video soon. We will do that because I love an old-fashioned.
Now, will you continue to drink this off my bar until you find a bottle? When you're feeling fun and flirty on a Friday and you want your rye day,
if I find a bottle, I'll buy it.
Yes.
And absolutely, anytime.
Case closed, folks. Yes, absolutely buy this.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Remember our buddy Brandon Priest? A lot of you guys here in the Lincoln area know him. He's an awesome guy in the bourbon community. Helps people out get whiskey from Lincoln to Omaha and vice versa. His favorite is Peerless. I shouldn't say it's his favorite.
It's one of his favorites.
One of his favorites. This is better.
I completely
agree. And it's $30 less.
The Peerless Rye, $120. Yeah, it starts out at like $99. Yeah, 90. That's what it was.
This is better. If you have to choose between Peerless or this, I say this.
But
that's just me. Peerless is good, but I'd rather have this.
None of that, but Matthew McConaughey approves of that message. All right.
Matthew McConaughey's Long Branch.
It's the end of this episode. Matthew McConaughey was literally signed up for the creative designer and spokesman.
Yeah, but his actual bourbon.
No, you don't have to add anything. That was the end of the episode.
Oh, you shut it off?
No.
It's still recording.
It's still going. Watch fell asleep. We good.
We good?
Yeah. It's ending it. All right.
That's fucking good.
Damn good, right?
It's